good passing ability.
Entering your second year with Gavin, what are his best attributes, and how do you guys maximize his role?
Well, I tell you what, Gavin and the other tight ends have really made progress. I think coming out of spring ball, the one thing that we felt was that Coach Salem and his group made tremendous progress. We're going to try to put them in more positions to make plays in the passing game. In terms of increasing their route tree, giving them more opportunities. And it's such a great group of guys. And, Gavin's a winner, man. Really proud of him.
Izzy was kind of the home run threat for you guys with the rushing attack last year. Obviously broke off a lot of very long runs. Do you have anyone in that group of running backs that has that capability this year?
Well, the difference with Izzy, and I think I said this last year, why was Izzy the starter? Because he could hit the home run. But Rodney and Sebo and Daniel, they are really good players. They have good vision, they have good balance, body control. I feel very comfortable with those three. Derek Davis is getting better every single day, and we got a couple good young runners in here. But hey, we're excited about where we can be as a total offense with the balance of the run game and the passing game.
Speaking of which, do you have designs about, Izzy was obviously the star. You guys gave him a lot of carries last year. Do you have any designs about being maybe more balanced this year, or maybe leaning more towards?
Well, truly, the quarterback drives it. The better you feel about your quarterback throwing the ball, the more passes you're going to throw. And if your quarterback has the ability to run the ball, you might get into some of the quarterback run game. And, thankfully we had Izzy because he could hit the home runs. But the quarterback still drives how you call a game, based on what are his strengths and what does he bring to the table.
Then where does Phil sort of fall in that spectrum?
Well, I think back to 2020 when I called a full season for him. You can play wide open. You want the ball in his hands because, or like I said earlier, he can play within the pocket and extend plays outside of the pocket and bring the quarterback run game to it.
Is he any different player than he was last time you had him in 20?
Oh, certainly. And it's through knowledge and experience. Phil knows these plays. He knows what they look like. He knows what is expected. So if a quarterback has more reps at certain things, he's going to play faster. He's going to make more decisive decisions. That's the beauty of some of these pro football quarterbacks that have played in the same system their whole career. They know what it looks like. They're able to play fast and make good, decisive decisions.
In that sense, then, would you guys sort of be ahead? Like last year, first-year coordinator, a guy coming in, from another program. Whereas this year, you kind of settled, and then you got a guy that kind of knows what you're doing. Is it easier acclimation period maybe for the whole offense because of that?
Yeah, I think it's easier. I know I'm more comfortable. And it's just not with Phil, but, Christian and Nate and other guys have done a great job, too.
With Marcus and Carter and Gabe and Owen having moved on, how do you feel about your depth at offensive line this year, and who's kind of stood out to you during the spring?
Yeah, I tell you what, man, Coach Borbley and they've done a really good job recruiting. I think when you take a look at our offensive line, not only do we have a good starting five, but we got depth. We're really excited about where we're going up front. They're tough, they're physical, and they're experienced. When you take a look at Cradle and Blake and Matt, you're talking about three guys that played a lot of football, man. And they have experience. And then we got a couple young guys on the left side.
Did you, when Phil decided that he wanted to make a change, did your ears perk up sort of immediately? Like, would you text him, like, come home?
To be honest with you, the first thing I thought about was you care about these kids. You want them to have a positive experience. And I knew that his prior season didn't go as well as he wanted it to go. And that if we brought him to Pittsburgh, that we could probably make a difference in his life. Giving him a chance to enjoy the game, have fun, and have some success.
But there is a football